TinkerCAD tips. So over the past few weeks I've been pondering where I've been going with my TinkerCAD tips and tutorials, and it kind of dawned on me that we have a lot of people using TinkerCAD now that are new to TinkerCAD or have been thinking about using TinkerCAD and haven't jumped in yet. So over the next week or two, I'm going to begin a series of TinkerCAD tutorials that I'll call TinkerCAD 101. So I'm going to start at the very beginning here. And if you are interested in using TinkerCAD, understand that TinkerCAD is a web-based application. It's not an application you download to your computer. Now, generally speaking, people use TinkerCAD on a PC where they have a keyboard and a mouse and everything, but there is also an iPad version of it that I'm not extremely familiar with, but I do know you obviously don't have access to a keyboard, so you miss out on some of those features you would normally be able to do with keyboard commands. So let's start at the beginning here. If you want to use TinkerCAD, you just simply need to open up a browser and go to www.tinkercad.com. And this is the screen that you're going to be displayed. And if you don't have an account, you want to come up here and click on Sign Up. You're going to want to most likely create a personal account and then choose to sign up with your own email or use your Google account or use Apple. And based upon what you decide, it'll take you through those steps and you'll create yourself a personal account that you can begin using for free. So since I already have an account, let's back up here. Let's go back to the home page. I'm going to click on Login. I, of course, have a personal account that I get to use for free, and I've chosen to use my email or username. Now, in my case, I'm going to be presented with a pop-up where I put in my email and my password, etc., and then it's going to send me back a code that I have to enter. So I have that second layer of security on my account. Now, obviously, for security reasons, I'm not going to show that here. So again, when you get to this screen here, if you already have an account, use your email, your Google, or your Apple, and go ahead and sign in. Once you've created your account and signed in, or if you already had one, once you're signed in, you'll be presented with this. This is more or less the TinkerCAD homepage. You'll see your profile button up here where you can go and change things about your profile. You also generally have some sort of an ad here from TinkerCAD, and it looks like here that they've got some new challenges coming up. And I just recently had presented where they have another contest going on with geometric designs. Now, on this page here, they've kind of subdivided this into the applications that Autodesk TinkerCAD provides. You have your 3D designs, you can do circuits in TinkerCAD, and then you can also make designs using code blocks. Code blocks are snippets of programming that you create in order to create objects in TinkerCAD. It's another way of creating things in TinkerCAD. Now, if you've never used TinkerCAD before, you're brand new to it, or maybe you're just starting out, I would absolutely suggest you come over here and look at some of these options like the classes, and in particular the tutorials. For instance, under the tutorials, it's going to step by step take you through short exercises where you can learn to do the things you need to know in TinkerCAD, moving things about, resizing them, placing them on one another, exploring different shapes and different things in TinkerCAD like the shape generators and such. Here it'll help you create a simple key ring and using text. This is scaling, copying, and pasting. Now, these are some of the tutorials that I've taken. I wanted to see what they were like. Here was one on some of the circuits, simulating, creating holes, camera controls. This one needs to refresh. Learning how to move things, etc. So, if you're brand new to TinkerCAD, I would definitely recommend that you take these tutorials and kind of learn the controls. Now, by the way, there's also some PDF instructions that you can download all of the various keyboard commands. Let me show you that. If you're new to TinkerCAD or really want to know what all of the keyboard commands are, just go out to Google and search on TinkerCAD keyboard shortcuts. And the first link that you'll see will take you to this page over on Autodesk TinkerCAD. And it'll show you what all the keyboard commands are. And there's two different PDF files here that you can download and print, like on a 8.5 by 11, and fold it over and stick it under your keyboard. It's a great reference, and I'm quite certain that you'll see some things on here that you didn't know existed, like how to place the ruler, how to place the work plane, copying, duplicating, etc. So if you're new to TinkerCAD, come over here and get this. Just look for TinkerCAD keyboard shortcuts on Google and you'll find this. All right, we'll jump back over to TinkerCAD's home page here. We'll go back to the home page. Now, generally speaking, I do most of my designs in the normal TinkerCAD design portion of it. So you'll click on this over here, 3D Designs, and you'll get presented with this. This is going to be essentially a listing of all of your projects in TinkerCAD. Right here it says 3D, which is my 3D objects. If I click here, I can see all of the circuits that I have. Obviously, I don't have any. Here's code blocks. I think I did one at one time, but I deleted it because I wasn't very good at it. Come back to 3D here. Now, the order in which these are listed is going to be dependent upon this right up here, this drop down. I list mine in the order that I last edited them. This is the last thing that I happen to work on. You can also change the sort order to list them in the order that you created them. This is the last one, created. Here's also names A to Z. Here it starts with the numbers, and then we get into the letters, etc. So you can sort of change the sort order. I'm going to go back to edit it here. If you have a lot of designs and you're looking for one specifically, you can use the search up here and type in a portion of what you named it, and it should then display all of those to you. Here is our recycle bin. Note here on your project, you get this little gear here. If you click on that, you have several actions. You can change the properties, like if it's public. You can duplicate your project into a secondary copy. You can look at version history, and I've given tutorials on this before. This is great. If you get way into a model and find that you've made a mistake, you can come out here, do version history, find the time and date stamp that you want to go back to, and select on it. See, here's 465 versions, okay? And when you select on that, it'll actually create a new project, but starting from that point in time. So that's a really cool feature. If we come back here, we can also, of course, do delete. Now, if you delete something, it will remain in the recycle bin for a period of days, and then it'll drop off permanently. So, there we go. That's sort of lesson one here. Like I said, over the next week or so, I will be doing TinkerCAD 101, starting with some of the basics. So, of course, if you have comments, drop those comments for me. I'll try to address all of those. As always, like, follow, and repost my tutorials. That's good for the algorithm. And if you have ideas for more TinkerCAD tips tutorials, drop me a DM. Love to hear them. Happy tinkering. See you on the next one.